Hey, baby.
Brought you this.
Thank you. What is it?
It's your latte drink. How much will it?
We're talking about Australia.
Oh, yes.
She said, are you a romantic? I know Travis is a romantic, but are you? And I said,
I think
yes.
I brought it out in her.
Yes.
Why are you always like this to my mom?
I'm always
He's
drumming.
a drummer.
I said I'm going to use your mom as a drum one day, and I'm going to record
He's going to record it.
You're gonna use her butt?
Actually, that's what I thought would make the loudest noise.
Okay, y'all, let me tell you something. When Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker got together, the entire internet lost its mind. And listen, I'm not even exaggerating. We're talking about the quiet Kardashian, the one who usually stayed out of the mess, suddenly being all up in our faces with this rock star romance that had us all feeling some type of way. Now, at first, we were here for it. Like, yes, Kourtney, get your man. Get that love. But honey, as time went on, we started seeing some things. And today, we're diving all the way into this relationship. The good, the bad, and the absolutely chaotic. So buckle up, because this story, it's a whole roller coaster. So let's rewind to when these two first went public. Kourtney Kardashian, you know, the sister who was always about her kids, her routines, her organic lifestyle, suddenly shows up on our timelines with Travis Barker. Now, Travis is not your regular celebrity boyfriend. This man is a tattooed rock legend, Blink-182's drummer, and he's got that whole edgy, rebellious vibe going on. Complete opposite of that polished, pristine Kardashian aesthetic we're used to seeing, right? But here's the thing, they looked happy, like genuinely madly head over heels happy. We're seeing them on red carpets, at family dinners, and then bam, surprise proposals and grand romantic gestures everywhere. Social media went absolutely insane. Fans were calling them Hollywood's hottest couple, saying things like, "This is what real love looks like." The tabloids couldn't get enough. It really seemed like Kourtney had finally found her fairy tale, someone who truly adored her and put her first. But y'all, and this is where it gets interesting, behind all those picture-perfect moments and Instagram posts, there were cracks starting to show, because what looked like passion from the outside, it was about to get way more complicated on the inside.
Oh my God, people were like pissed about the Disneyland video of me on you. They're just like, who's taking the video? You guys are at Disneyland.
Like,
There's
it's our
kids.
tour guide.
There's kids.
I just think people have trouble understanding how two people can be so in love and affectionate because they're miserable.
Yeah, totally.
That's why.
Now let's talk about Travis's spontaneity. At first, it was exciting. It was refreshing. Kourtney had been through so much drama with her ex, and here comes this man who's ready to love her loudly and proudly. But honey, that spontaneity, it started becoming a problem real quick. We're talking about a man who tattooed Kourtney's name on his chest within weeks of them dating. Not months, not years, weeks. Now, some of y'all might think that's romantic, and I get it. But others were like, hold up, is this man moving too fast? Because that's a permanent decision, and they barely knew each other as a couple yet. And it didn't stop there. The public displays of affection became constant. I'm talking everywhere. The dramatic gestures never stopped. It was like Travis's entire love language was intensity, intensity, and more intensity. Now, Kourtney, she's a woman who values calm, control, and structure. She's a Virgo, okay? She likes her life organized. So you can imagine how all this impulsiveness started making her feel.
Right.
I was thinking, like, I'm a romantic with him.
Yeah, because I remember someone that I was just friends with would be like, I don't even like hugging people. I
Yeah,
had to go to a hugging class. That's what you told me.
yeah, that hugging club.
I love you. I'm going to go say hi to Rock Rock.
I love you.
All right, I love you.
Look at my new pajamas.
Eventually, Kourtney herself admitted it. She said, and I quote, "Travis has a big heart, but sometimes he's too impulsive." And when she said that, the entire narrative shifted. Because now we weren't looking at a perfect fairy tale romance anymore. We were looking at a relationship struggling with boundaries, balance, and whether all that passion was sustainable. This wasn't just a love story anymore, y'all. This was a story about two very different people trying to make it work. Let's talk about how Kourtney's whole vibe changed. For years, this woman was known as the drama-free Kardashian. She avoided the messiness, stayed in her lane, focused on her kids and her wellness journey. She was the calm in the storm of that chaotic family. But then Travis came into the picture, and honey, calm went right out the window. Because Travis's energy, it's big, it's loud, it fills up every single space. His love demands constant attention, constant affection, constant everything. And what started as this beautiful romantic fairy tale slowly started becoming a lot, like genuinely overwhelming. Fans started asking the real questions. Is his impulsiveness just passion? Or is it actually a red flag that we're ignoring because it looks good on camera? And the truth is, their relationship turned out to be so much more layered and complicated than any of us imagined. Because love is beautiful, but love without balance, that's exhausting. Now, before we get too deep into the drama, let me take y'all back to where it all really started. Because Kourtney and Travis weren't always this intense couple. They were actually friends first. Real, genuine friends. They both lived in Calabasas, their kids were friends, and their families would hang out all the time. It was wholesome, y'all. They'd go to church together, take family trips, be supportive neighbors. Travis was already famous in his own right, so he wasn't chasing Kardashian clout or trying to use Kourtney for fame. Their friendship was authentic and built on a real foundation. But then, early 2021 rolled around, and that friendship turned into something more. And once it did, there was no going back. Early 2021, headlines everywhere. Kourtney Kardashian is dating Travis Barker, and within days, the PDA photos started flooding Instagram. We're talking Travis's hand on Kourtney's thigh, kisses with black heart emojis, the whole 9 yards. The quiet Kardashian suddenly became the loudest one in the family when it came to her love life. And remember that impulsiveness I mentioned? It showed up immediately with that bold tattoo of Kourtney's name on his chest. Some fans thought it was the most romantic thing ever. Others were like, yo, this is a warning sign, because who does that so fast? But Travis did. And Kourtney? She was along for the ride. Now let's keep it real. Kourtney had been through the ringer with Scott Disick. Years of on and off drama, cheating allegations, substance issues, and just overall chaos. So when Travis came in with his devotion and his loud, unapologetic love, it felt like a breath of fresh air for her. He adored her publicly. He wasn't ashamed. He wasn't hiding. People described their romance as a firestorm, and that's exactly what it was. They were inseparable, obsessed with each other, and it was intense. But here's the catch. That intensity left very little room for stability or personal growth. It was all-consuming. For Travis, love meant diving in headfirst with no hesitation. For Kourtney, it meant finally feeling chosen, finally feeling like someone's priority. Together, they created a love that didn't just disrupt their own lives, it disrupted the entire Kardashian family dynamic. Let's talk about who Travis Barker really is. This man is known for his all-in lifestyle. As Blink-182's drummer, he's lived his whole life with his emotions on full display, literally tattooed all over his skin. So when he fell for Kourtney, he loved her the same way he does everything else, fully and without limits. That first big, impulsive move with the chest tattoo, fans saw devotion, critics saw danger. And Kourtney? She was flattered, but also kind of shocked by how fast everything was moving, because this was a whole different speed than what she was used to. And y'all, let's talk about the PDA, because it became their signature move. Red carpets, UFC fights, restaurants, it didn't matter where they were all over each other. Public makeouts, lap-sitting, endless kisses, and fans were divided. Some people loved it and thought it was beautiful to see Kourtney so happy. Others were cringing like, can y'all chill? We're trying to eat. Even Kim Kardashian rolled her eyes at it. She literally said on camera, we get it, you're in love. And honestly, that was all of us, but wait, it gets wilder. In 2022, Kourtney and Travis had not one, not two, but 3 weddings in 1 year. Let that sink in. 3. First, there was the spontaneous Vegas ceremony right after the Grammys, then a courthouse wedding in Santa Barbara, and then a grand over-the-top Italian wedding hosted by Dolce & Gabbana. Each wedding got more extravagant than the last, and people started saying it was too much, too fast. Like, do you really need 3 weddings, or are we just doing the most at this point? And beyond the big events, Travis's impulsiveness showed up in everyday life too. Sudden travel plans with no warning, surprise trips, lavish gifts, just because, random love declarations all over social media. Now, some people saw that as romantic, but for Kourtney, it was becoming overwhelming. Her sisters Kim and Khloe even started questioning whether she was truly comfortable or just going along with it. Then came the moment that changed everything. On the Kardashians, Kourtney finally admitted, Travis has a big heart, but sometimes he acts before thinking. And y'all, that honesty, it peeled back the whole Instagram perfect image. What looked like pure passion from the outside had become a double-edged sword, love that both fulfilled her and exhausted her at the same time. And let's not forget how this romance affected the whole Kardashian family. Kim, who's all about image and perfect timing, couldn't relate to Kourtney's PDA-filled relationship. At first, she mocked it, but then it turned into real tension. The biggest clash? The Dolce & Gabbana feud in 2022. Months after Kourtney's Italian wedding with that brand, Kim collaborated with them. Kourtney felt betrayed, like Kim stole her spotlight, and they had one of their fiercest fights on camera. Kourtney yelled, "You stole my wedding," and Kim fired back, "It's business, get over it." So there you have it, y'all. Kourtney and Travis's relationship is passionate, chaotic, and complicated. It's a love story, but it's also a lesson about boundaries, balance, and what happens when 2 very different people collide. What do you think? Is Travis's impulsiveness romantic or a red flag? Let me know in the comments.